Yeah, just click it whenever. It's right. I can edit that out.
No, you can't. You're not going to, though, are you?
Yeah.
Not happening. No, it's staying in. It's living in there, that.
No, that's it now. Definitely editing it out now.
Including this part.
Yeah, all of it.
All of it.
Whatever I want, I'm going to be an editing master.
By the end of this episode, just removing all my bits.
Just Editron.
So, hi Keith, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright, not too bad.
Not
Got
too
kind
bad.
of monster, so...
Oh,
yeah.
Fancy. I've still got half my cup of tea, and it's probably cold at this point.
Yeah, I've drunk my cup of tea.
That is cold.
I don't mind cold tea.
Oh, no, can't stand it. I can't do cold tea. I can do cold coffee. Cold coffee doesn't hurt my feelings. Cold tea, and I'm upset.
I can do it up until the point where it's just got a little bit of warmth left. A little bit.
That's what it's at now. It's not even cold. It's just like if someone's just kept their hand in it for about an hour and that...
warmed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyway, how have you been?
I'm perfectly well.
Been on your 12 walks this week. I know you love going on your walks around
I've not had many walks this week, honestly. Might be going for a walk next week. Might go for a walk. I don't know if I'm that tired today. I don't know if I'm going to go for a walk tomorrow.
I actually I got my dad to watch some boxing yesterday.
Oh yeah, who was fighting? Was it Anthony Joshua and
Pulev? Yeah, that's what it's called. Pulev.
Because Pulev was the shorter one, and I always find it impressive when two blokes like weigh in within a set amount, but one of them's like distinctly shorter, because then obviously he's going to have more muscle mass.
He's not that much shorter. He's only like an inch or two shorter.
He looked like dramatically shorter.
No, I think he was about 6'4", 6'5".
Fucking hell.
Anthony Joshua's 6'6".
Jesus Christ! Like, imagine being that tall.
If only.
Yeah. No man. I think me and you are both about 5'10", aren't we? No, I'm 5'10". I think we're more or less.
Yeah, I think
height for height.
I think I'm possibly a little bit shorter than you.
Maybe.
I'm not so tall. I'm a midget.
Mate, I'm bang average in every way. Just every way. Height, weight, shoe size, just everything.
Why? What's your shoe size?
Like a 9-ish.
Yeah, we are pretty similar.
Yeah. Yeah,
Jesus. Average.
Just bang average in every way.
Average men with an average podcast.
Yeah.
I should start sponsoring it as average men with an average podcast.
Yeah. So what have you done this week? Because I've done like no.
Apart from watching the boxing yesterday, not alright a lot actually. Yeah. My typical week of just like going to work, coming home, and watching shit and playing Football Manager.
Nice one. Still on the Football Manager, not changed over yet.
No, I tend to yeah, I'm still on Football Manager at the moment. I probably won't change over to anything else realistically until I get my new computer.
Because it'll probably be post Christmas. Oh bloody
shit.
hell!
Go easy now.
Probably post Christmas, like for me, because I'm not getting anything like major for Christmas. Like Christmas is small on this time anyway, because it's just direct family, so it's just me mum, sister, and me brother maybe, and obviously Becca, but
yeah, Bakar. Lord Bakar. I'm actually going to start calling her that, Lord Bakar.
Do it. She'll love it.
I think she was a bit confused before. I was like, yeah, small people, all evil. They're all evil.
Just condensed anger.
It is. I feel like it spills over a lot quicker because they're a lot shorter. I feel like when they do get angry, they're evil angry.
Oh yeah. You've got to take it out on them. The damn tallies.
But yeah, apart from that, not really done much. Watched The Mandalorian.
Oh yes, Mandalorian.
My complaint in the last podcast before, were like they need to give Baby Yoda a name. It's fucking ridiculous now. They've done it.
Yep, they've done it. He's called Grogu. It's fine. It's a good name. I like it.
It's a name. It'll do.
It's functional.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
But that's actually my topic for later. I'm talking about Star Wars because Star Wars is awful and I love it, but I hate it because it's terrible.
I never really know what's canon with stuff anymore.
It's difficult. Like Clone Wars, the original Clone Wars that came out, the 2D animated one, Genndy Tartarovsky. That one's not canon. Doesn't matter that one anymore. The Clone Wars film that came out in like 2006, the CG animated one, that still counts. And the series that ended this year, started in 2007, finished this year, that one is still canon.
Okay. Where did that term come from?
I'm not sure, honestly. I know it is a term because I started hearing it like. For me, there were two terms. It was canon and word of God. And word of God just means the creators said so.
Yeah.
So it might not be anywhere in the show or film or whatever, but it is guaranteed that it is the way they are saying it is. Canon originate. Let's find out. No, I'm not on about the fucking large tubes.
How did I know that was going to come up first? Common sense.
Right. It's a Bible thing, apparently.
Bloody Christians.
To use the word canon originated in reference to a set of texts derived from biblical canon.
Okay.
Bloody Bible.
I was watching The Chase yesterday with my dad, and bloody Anne Whitacombe were on. And you know that, like, at the weekend when they do like The Chase or something, it's all like for charity and stuff.
Yeah.
And she kept bloody harping on about Christianity and like, oh, here we go. And then her charity was for, I think it was like donkeys in Bethlehem or something like that. Like,
oh my.
for God's sake.
Oh, well, who's going to carry the little baby Jesus?
I don't think there's going to be another one. I think we're all right there.
Babe Jesus 2.
Jesus 2.0.
Yeah.
I think we're all right for Jesus 2.0.
No, the second coming, mate. It's got to happen.
Callum,
we deserve it this year.
We don't want Jesus to come back. People like me and you are not going to do well when Jesus comes back.
I've got a cross tattooed on me.
We're heathens, mate. That's it.
What's wrong with me? What's
You're a heathen, a godless heathen.
How am I a heathen? What have I ever
You're
done?
a godless heathen.
Rude.
No.
The insults from this man.
It's true.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Ludicrous.
But yeah, like I said, I haven't really done out. That's been my highlight of the week.
Oh yeah, I tried to ring my dad the other day. He never rang back, which annoyed me. Tried to ring my dad. He didn't message back. Yeah, I've done fuck all. I made. Did I say that I made roast chicken last week?
No.
Made roast chicken last week and it was the best I've ever fucking done. It was delicious. It, like, brined it overnight and my god. It did something to that chicken. So happy with that. Then I made gumbo.
You love a bit of gumbo, you don't you? You seem to make it every week.
I do. it lasts for like 2 meals. Like, I'll feed me and Becca twice. So it's an easy one that I like for 20 minutes of work. Plus, 6 hours of waiting.
Yeah.
Like, it's a well easy meal. I love my slow cooker.
Yeah, I never really cook, to be honest.
No, you don't. You should get into it. It's fun.
Is it though?
Yes. It's a hobby with instant rewards, which is what I need.
Excuse me, you just told me you had to wait 6 hours for it to be done.
Yeah, but
that's not instant reward.
Now I know. Also, it means I get to eat the little bits of sausage that I put in it as I go. It's like one for the soup, one for me.
I don't know if I like this new Callum that can afford to cook.
No, it's disgusting.
I may miss the old Callum that'll eat belly button fluff for 50p.
It was more than 50p. And it was like £3, and it was weird that Liam had £3 and was willing to give it to me.
To eat his belly button fluff.
Snotty tissue, that was one. That was
That
a bad
was the
do.
worst one.
Like, it really wasn't that bad because I folded it in such a way that, like, I didn't touch it. I just touched the tissue. Like, it really wasn't that bad. And also, I was very poor.
Yeah, that was true. But hey, good old days. I still miss working with James O'Brien. Like, that guy would give you a story a month.
Yep. Walking home to Preston from Blackpool.
And getting sunburned.
Yep.
Oh, he was just a ridiculous human being.
He's ridiculous.
I don't think I've seen him since he left.
I keep thinking I see him, but he's got a very regular bloke-looking face.
You know, like you were saying, we were just like average blokes. He's the most average human I think I've ever met.
Yeah.
Like, you won't be able to pick him out of a crowd.
No, he is a white man with short hair and kind of a beard.
Yeah,
there's a lot of them.
He's bang average. But just the when he slept with that girl from customer service, and then spent months trying to avoid her to the point where he shut a door because she was walking towards him.
Ridiculous. Like, cannot believe that man.
There were so many things that went on at that job. Just the fact that Liam could only do like 2 impressions, but that was it.
Louis Spence.
And Nelson Mandela.
Well, it wasn't Nelson Mandela though, was it? Because it was just the Louis Spence one again.
No,
and I was actually thinking of Mo Farah.
No, he actually does a decent Nelson Mandela one.
Is I'm a Celebrity finished already?
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
No, I don't have TV. I don't watch stuff.
My dad was saying this. He's like, "Oh, have you watched this? Have you watched that?" I'm like, "Dad, I don't watch terrestrial TV.
If it's not on Netflix, I ain't watching it."
So what do you mean you don't watch terrestrial? I'm like, I fucking hate adverts.
Yep.
If I could pay Facebook fucking a reasonable amount, I won't watch adverts on fucking Facebook either.
Well, interesting that one, because the main thing that causes piracy is inaccessibility. So, like, the main reason people steal stuff to watch it is because they can't get it for a reasonable price.
Yeah.
If you were to give me all the media in the universe, like every film, and said, all right, £90 a month, you can watch literally anything you want, I'll pay it.
Yeah.
Happily, I'll pay that.
Yeah.
No problem, I'd pay that. Take the ads away.
Yeah, that's true. But like the AJ fight last night, that was supposed to be like £25. Obviously, there's like an undercard, so there's like, I don't know, like 10 fights, but it's like £25 for him to fight a mandatory fight that no one really wanted to watch.
But a lot of people watched it apparently, because I went to a work thing, and one guy was supposed to be there, and he was like, "Sorry, boxing's on," so we just didn't come. I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, I mean, I watched it, but
yeah, it's what you do.
But I only watched it because it was Anthony Joshua.
Yeah. Which again, I don't know anything about the guy, so I have no reason to dislike him. Unlike Conor McGregor, who's an arsehole.
Anthony Joshua, he's made 1 or 2 dodgy comments recently.
Yeah.
But apart from that, he seems like a nice enough bloke.
Just a standard fella.
Well, I wouldn't say he's a standard fella. He's 6'4", 18 stone, and will knock your fucking block off.
Yeah,
he's a very strong man. He's very good at punching people.
But he could be a nice guy as well. Like,
he is a very nice.
Having the ability to punch someone and not doing so certainly says something.
Yeah, So I think like the comments, it was something to do with like a Black Lives Matter type thing,
Okay.
and it was something along the lines of black people shouldn't shop in white-owned businesses. They need to start shopping more in black-owned businesses and all that sort of stuff. And everyone like, hey, you can't say that.
Yeah.
The majority of your fan base is white. You're alienating a large proportion of your fan base.
Yeah, I kind of get what he's going for, but it just doesn't come across very well, does it?
No. I mean, could you imagine if, like, Tyson Fury said that? Don't shop at black-owned businesses, only shop at white. Everyone would be going fucking wild.
Yeah. It's a funny
But,
one.
yeah, so he said stuff like that. Well, I think most boxers... I can't think of a boxer that hasn't said something ridiculous at some point.
Yeah. You get to a level of notoriety.
Yeah.
Or fame, or just a sheer amount of money where you don't have to care anymore. You don't have to be worried about what you're saying because people are going to listen and people are going to argue for your point no matter what. Like,
I think one of the more outrageous ones were a boxer called Manny Pacquiao.
Yep.
And he would say he's like a strict Christian.
Yeah.
And basically said gay people were animals, a beast or something.
All right, because who did he fight? He wasn't Conor McGregor, was he? He was the other fella that he fought.
So Manny Pacquiao, the big fight that you'll known it from was the one with Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather.
He's another one that comes out with outrageous stuff that he shouldn't do.
Yeah.
But he's the richest of the lot, really.
And also can't read.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if you can punch people real well, you don't need to read. Because he's worth hundreds of millions of pounds now.
Yeah.
He can literally hire someone to read for him.
Yeah, but Manny Pacquiao, I remember rooting for him because, like, I think Floyd Mayweather had said some stuff. I'm like, yeah, you're a bit of an arsehole. I would like to see you put on the ground.
Yeah, like, no, Floyd Mayweather is not. He's just very obnoxious.
Yep.
Very much out there. You should have seen because he was at the boxing yesterday.
Yeah.
And he came in like loads of chains, like diamond encrusted chains and fucking bracelets that are obviously worth a lot of money. You think you look like an absolute twat. But that's what they're saying. It money can't buy class.
No.
Or taste.
Certainly buy happiness, though. Anybody who says otherwise has been lied to by the upper class.
Yeah, definitely. Like, happiness can't, you can't buy it. I'm like,
bullshit.
Excuse me, bitch.
Krispy Kreme is down the road. Don't question me.
It definitely buys convenience, which would make me a lot happier.
Yes, it affords a level of stability and
comfort.
Just settle, like knowing that you don't have to worry about anything monetarily. Like, oh, beautiful.
Takes a lot of stress out of it, doesn't it?
It does.
Out of just everything. But yeah. But what? There's nothing else really happened over the weekend. Sports wise, Rovers got beat 2-1. Preston got beat 3-0 off Luton, who are not a great team.
No.
Chelsea got beat off Everton 1-0. The Man United, Man City game was a 0-0 draw, so that was fucking boring. That's like the fourth derby game between them two where it's ended up in a draw. It's just not worth watching.
No, I suppose even 1-1, there could be some kind of interest there. But 0-0 might as well not have happened.
Yeah.
Apart from, I suppose, like red cards and yellow cards, they like carry over. Is there some kind of point system there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I thought so. It's just I'm not.
Yeah, so obviously with red, if you get sent off, if it's a straight red, it's a 3-game suspension.
Fucking hell, really?
If it's in the same game and you get 2 yellow cards, obviously the second yellow card means that you're getting sent off.
Yep.
And it's a 1-game suspension. And then if you accumulate enough yellow cards, you start racking up suspensions then. But yeah, I don't think there's any contrast. Like, I don't think there was anything that really happened in the City United game. Boring.
No.
But
I think because I must have done something this week. No.
no,
Nothing.
absolutely nothing. You've sat in your living room and watched the same videos that you've watched every day.
Yep, just on repeat. That's been my life. Yeah, I made a roast chicken, and it was just a banging roast chicken. I made gumbo. I did food. But 3 takeaways this week, which is a bit excessive, but.
What takeaways have you had?
Wednesday, we had. Ooh, where was it from? We had Chester's.
Yeah.
I've had Chester's like once in my life. Finally, I had Chester's again, and it was fine.
Yeah.
It was There's 2 different kinds of like takeout fried chicken. There's the bad stuff, and there's the slightly better stuff. And Chester's is like the good end of the slightly better stuff.
It is your baseline.
Yeah. So I had the chicken. I think it was the Supreme Burger. It was chicken burger with hash brown and cheese, and that was fine. And also had a pizza, and the pizza was bang average.
Yeah.
So I've stopped caring about garlic bread. Everywhere does bad garlic bread, so I stopped caring. So now instead of a garlic bread, I'll get a pizza as a side.
I lost Nathan Murphy.
Yeah, onions
likes
and
it.
meatballs. Yeah.
I want to eat fucking meatballs.
Well, that's what you got. It was like garlic bread with onions and. No, I'm thinking of my mum's pizza. My mum
Jesus Christ!
My mum doesn't like cheese, so she'll order from Domino's a sunblush tomato base with onions and meatballs, and it arrives, and all the meatballs have fallen off because they're round and they roll.
You should not like leaving the notes like chop the meatballs in half, please.
That's effort, though, isn't it? Nobody's doing that.
No. But yeah, I finally finished watching The Crown.
Good.
Yeah, it's better than I thought it was because like I'm in no way really that interested in the monarchy at all.
No, they are uninteresting.
But yeah, I kind of come to realise how much how much shit goes on within the royal family, and just how much fucking drama there is. Prince Philip, he's definitely one of the lads. Lads.
Is he the one who Camilla and?
No, Prince Philip is the Queen's husband.
Okay.
Prince
I'm
Charles.
thinking Charles.
You're thinking of Prince Charles, that's Diana's son. Diana's husband, sorry.
Yes, and wants to be married to Camilla, but
Well, they are married. I'm fairly certain they're married now.
I know they're married now, but I'm thinking during the show because I've caught like a bit of it.
No, they haven't got to that part yet.
No,
Princess
'cause,
Diana's still alive.
Diana's
and
still kicking it. Like she's still all right.
she's not been blown up by the Queen yet.
Not yet, no.
That's probably next season. But Prince Charles comes across as an absolute arsehole.
Yeah.
Just self-entitled prick.
Yep.
I think. Like, to the point now where, like, obviously it is a drama,
Yes.
so you do kind of watch it with a pinch of salt.
Mhm.
But the majority of it is based a lot on true stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, it's probably happened. It's, you know, this conversation's definitely happened. It's probably not word for word, but it's definitely happened.
Did you see the episode where the guy broke in and had a chat with the Queen?
Yeah, that was quite a good one, that.
It was, yeah. I caught a bit of that, and I was like, "This is interesting," because it's just following this guy, like being pissed off about politics.
What was great about that is the fact that he didn't just break in once, he broke in twice.
Twice.
Yeah, he broke in, and the first time, the way that he went in, he went up like a drain pipe, and at the top, the window was open.
Yeah.
So he went in and just had a bit of a look round, and then someone saw him, so he just fucking run off. And then it kind of explains his background and the fact that his missus had left. It was in a time where there was a recession and he was a painter decorator, so he wasn't really getting any work. He was on benefits, he couldn't see his kids, his bloody flat were falling to pieces, all this sort of stuff, and it was all just a bit shit.
How awful is Theresa May? Not Theresa May, also her. You know what I mean.
Thatcher.
Because I know the show, to an extent, paints her in a sort of sympathetic light.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to hate her. You want to hate everything she's doing, but you can understand why, but...
Yeah, it kind of paints her in a way that she's kind of looked at everything and gone, right, this is going to get the best outcome.
Yeah.
It's not going to be nice, it's going to be shit. It's the hard decision that the previous 2 or 3 governments didn't want to take.
Yeah.
And if they took it earlier, it wouldn't have been as bad. But they haven't, so I'm going to have to do it, and it's going to be a shit show.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's bits where, like, especially with like the Queen, where she goes up to, I think they've got somewhere up in like Scotland.
Yeah.
And she just didn't really fit in because she came from like a working class background and just didn't know that they were gonna, like, for example, go out hunting or anything like that. So she didn't bring any clothes for that, and it was just like little things like that. So
Yeah.
she's like belittled a little bit with stuff like that. But yeah, it's a good TV program. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did.
Yeah, I like ones like that. Like, I watched actually Wednesday night. I watched Hereditary, a horror film.
Okay.
That film is a really slow burn with a few peaks.
Yeah.
There's a few parts in it where your heart is like a bit racing. But my mate was like, "Yeah, it's one of those films where at any point that you're watching it, you can't say, 'Oh, I would have done this differently.'"
Okay.
Every decision made in that film is like, "No, that's exactly how it would have played out." 100%.
Yeah.
It is a very slow burn to the point where the ending is slow as well.
Okay.
It's just slow throughout, but it is very good. It's like a 2-hour film, 2.5-hour film or something. It's a longer one, but it's really good.
I've got to stop falling into the trap of trying to watch the remakes of stuff.
Yeah, don't bother.
Because it never works. Like, I tried watching The Grinch because I was talking to one of the guys at work about it, about the newer one. You're like, yeah, it's all right. It's more based on the actual book.
Yeah.
Than the last film was, so they're quite different.
Yeah.
But obviously, this one's now animated. Got about 20 minutes in, I'm like, I can't be doing with this. But it's like every remake that they've kind of made over the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. None of them have been good. All the Disney ones, like Lion King, it just wasn't as good.
I put it on. I skipped to Timon and Pumbaa, and went, yeah, they're all right. I tried to listen to the song "Be Prepared" because that's obviously like the highlight of the film. Honestly, great song.
Yeah.
And it's almost non-existent, so I gave up. I was like, I just want to see these 2 bits. The only one of them that I have watched all the way through was Aladdin. And even then, like, the highlight of that film is Will Smith. And he doesn't do a good job.
I think if it was the other way round, where the most recent one wasn't the most recent one, yep, I think it would have been fine. But I think trying to remake any film where Robin Williams is being Robin Williams, you're never going to live up to it.
Yeah.
Especially with people our age, it's just never going to be good enough.
Nope.
Because everybody loves him.
Everybody loves Robin Williams. I'm trying to think. There's
especially with like people our age that like really just grew up watching his films.
Yeah.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Don't remake it.
It's not worth it. Like, also another thing they do in Aladdin is they give Jasmine a song, like a full-blown pop song.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the film, that doesn't mesh with anything going on. It's out of the fucking blue. It's the only one that really takes you out of it. Because, like, the first song, where Aladdin's running away and stealing bread, I can believe that. I can believe it. Then you've got Never Had a Friend Like Me, fully believe it. But then in her song, like, time freezes and she's walking about and she's doing all this shit. Just, like, in the middle of being captured. And it's just shit. It's just a terrible, terrible remake of a film.
Yeah. What's the one that they've just remade? Is it Pocahontas? Not Pocahontas. They've just put it on Disney Plus.
Not sure.
Is it No.
There's Mulan.
Mulan, that's it.
Oh, it's shit.
Yeah, I haven't watched
100%
it.
shit. Don't watch it and don't pay for it.
I haven't watched it because I was chatting to yet again someone else at work, and they went, "Oh yeah, they've taken all the songs out of it."
Yeah, there's no songs.
I'm like, you fucking what?
What? I have seen it. I did not pay for it. I'm not paying to watch that piece of shit. Also, it's filmed on the set of a concentration camp, an active one, so no. What they do with the music works pretty well, because they take the songs from the original and they will gently work it into the backing music.
Okay.
So it is quite artfully done, but the rest of the film is non-existent.
Right, okay.
Also, you know how the whole aspect of Mulan, like the original, is Mulan could literally be anyone. She could be a girl, she could be a boy, it doesn't matter. She puts a lot of effort in and she achieves what she set out to do.
Yeah.
In the new one, she's magic though.
Is she magic?
You can't do it because she's got chi. She's magic. Fuck you.
Why did they change that though?
I don't know. They took Mushu out because that's too magic-y.
But she was allowed to be magic-y.
Yep. It's ridiculous. Honestly, it's terrible film. Actually terrible film.
Right, I'll skip that one then.
Yeah, don't watch it. Put it on if you have something else to do. If you have something else to do that you want to focus on, put Mulan on. Because you'll actively ignore it.
Jesus. That is bad. I can't think of anything else that I've watched recently.
Oh, yeah, I watched Hereditary the other night, and that was good, but like really, it's one of those ones where you know, watching it second time around, you're going to pick up on way more.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of foreshadowing.
Okay.
I watched Hereditary. My week's been pretty chill. There is a on YouTube there is a video called Shrek Retold.
Okay.
That is the entirety of Shrek, like redubbed and reanimated by a load of people.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny. Had that on just like kind of in the background while doing other stuff on yesterday actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
I'll tell you what to watch. I think there's only maybe 2 series. It's the guy that does the voices in Family Guy.
Are you on about the Orville?
Yeah.
I watched season 1. Season 1 was really good.
Yeah.
I just haven't got around to watching season 2 yet.
Oh, I'll tell you what I've finished off watching recently. And I know you like it because you put me onto it. Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
I finally, obviously, because the second half of the season 4 has been put on Netflix.
It's fine.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it.
I really, really, really enjoyed season 2. Season 2 to me was really, really fucking good.
Which season's Pickle Rick? Is that 2 or 3?
That's 3, I think.
I was going to say that's 3.
Yeah, season 2 is the one that actually had the overarching story of like the Galactic Republic or whatever hunting down Rick, and he's on the run, and there was that whole thing, and the whole like bird person wedding at the end, where things actually went to shit. Solid. I'm fairly sure that was season 2.
Possibly.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, that season, really, really good. And then this current one, I'm like, there's nothing going on in the background. There's no overarching plot. It's literally just episode of the week. Sure, it's still kind of funny, but also character development is massively slowed down. Like, no, people are no longer becoming better people. They're just continuing to exist.
Yeah.
Like, I can only watch an emotional scene of Rick trying to kill himself while sad music plays so many times before I stop caring.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's different with real people. This is a cartoon, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Always sadder when a dog dies, though.
Oh, yeah.
Why is that?
It's because dogs have innate innocence. Like, if you saw a dog eat a baby and then the dog died, you'd probably care less. But
possibly, yeah.
Because simply knowing all the dogs that you've ever known, has anyone deserved to die?
No.
I could name at least 10 humans who deserve to die. So when a rando dies in a film, I'm like, yep, there's like a 1 in 100 chance you probably deserved it, so I don't care. Dogs, however, I know few bad dogs.
But how many famous dogs is there?
Air Bud.
Don't know
Lassie, Marley, of Marley and Me fame.
Yeah.
There's 101 Dalmatians.
But what the point that I'm trying to make is the percentage of famous dogs to famous people.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I keep meaning to start watching the Clone Wars on Disney?
I have just started, because as I said, this is my topic for this week. I love Star Wars, I hate Star Wars, Star Wars is great, Star Wars is terrible. I don't know if I like it. I'm trying.
I think the original 3 were good films.
Yep, they're perfectly fine.
The prequels, I think the first one were good. I always enjoy that one.
That's the one that ends with the Darth Maul fight, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I always enjoy that one. And then the second one I enjoy slightly less.
Yep.
Third one I enjoy even less.
And then the sequels,
The sequel... Nah. I think the issue with the prequels... it's already been discussed 1,000,001 times with, obviously, Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would say about that is I actually kind of feel bad for the actor that played Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, he had a rough time. Because he got
so much shit for that.
Yep. Nearly played by Michael Jackson.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, Michael Jackson was apparently like decent friends with George Lucas, and was like, oh, I want to be in your film. And but if I do play the character, I want to be in like makeup. I don't want to be all like computer generated. I want to be in it. And then a little while after the guy who plays Jar Jar Binks got the job, George Lucas took him to a Michael Jackson concert and went backstage. He was like, oh, here's Michael. And Michael Jackson completely blanked him. Refused to acknowledge he was there because he took his job.
He took his job. He's fucking Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was definitely too rich.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are though. So.
No, I mean the guy had fucking giraffes. Never mind having giraffe money.
Actually committing to having giraffes.
Never mind having giraffe money. He fucking knew someone to buy a giraffe off.
Yeah.
How ridiculous has your life got to be that you go, oh, you want a giraffe? Talk to Mike. Mike will get you some giraffes.
Mike the giraffe man.
Yeah. Gary the giraffe man.
Oh, Jesus.
Jerry. No, it's Jerry. Jerry the giraffe
Jerry
man.
giraffe man.
Yeah, you're saying that's ridiculous.
Larry the lion fella. We've got
Mike the monkey man.
yeah. Bob the baboon. No, he's just a baboon. He doesn't have to be anyone. He just is one.
He is the baboon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Would it not be Bubbles the baboon?
Yeah, fine. Bubbles the baboon. Yeah, Star Wars. Because just a quick rundown of what we've experienced. We've both seen all the films.
Yep.
Including Rogue One.
Yep.
And Solo.
Yep.
Yep. Seen all the all the actual films that exist. Neither of us have seen Clone Wars, the film,
the
CG animated film.
No.
I asked my mate Dan. I was like, Dan, I'm gonna start watching Clone Wars. Where do I start? Do I start with a 2D series? Do I start with the film? What? And he said, there's some stuff in the film, but it's pretty shit, and all it really does is gives Anakin a Padawan. And I went, okay, that's fine. I'll skip it. I'll skip that and go just straight to the series. So now I'm watching the series.
Okay.
And the series is interesting. Like, you remember in episode 1 of The Mandalorian, there was the assassin droid.
Yeah.
Yeah, voiced by Taika Waititi. Assassin droids of that model and design are in Clone Wars back in 2007. So that is something that's been carried over. It's very interesting watching The Mandalorian with the slight bit of knowledge that I do have on the expanded Star Wars stuff, because you're seeing stuff in there that might not be canon anymore.
Yeah.
The Crate Dragon is a thing from the original Star Wars, from New Hope.
Yeah.
Where I believe the Sand People are surrounding Luke, and then Obi-Wan makes a weird noise, it's the noise of the Crate Dragon, because it spooks him off.
Yeah.
A Crate Dragon is an enemy. It's the end boss mission, end of mission boss in Knights of the Old Republic on Tatooine. So that is a thing that they put in Tatooine in KOTOR. But we already know that Crate Dragons are a thing. However, when they kill the Crate Dragon in The Mandalorian, they cut it open and they get this big orb. That's the Crate Dragon Pearl, which is a thing in Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
So it's interesting seeing stuff carried over into The Mandalorian, because Jon Favreau just loves the source material. He loves Star Wars. He wants to make more Star Wars that's good. And I love him for it. I love Jon Favreau. Did you know Jon Favreau, the director of The Mandalorian, creator of Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Also the director of Iron Man 1. And also the director of Elf.
Three very, very, very different films.
Yes. I only discovered he directed Elf 2 days ago. I was watching a documentary.
The guy that... Or am I thinking of someone completely different? The guy that's in Iron Man. What's he called?
Happy.
Happy.
Yep.
I'm going to call him Buddy then, but...
You mean Buddy the Elf from the film Elf?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's him. That's Jon Favreau.
Yeah, I think you may have mentioned that before, but not in the podcast.
Yeah, no, he's a...
And that's the only reason that I know.
I adore the man.
Yeah.
That you just... If you want something done right, give it to John.
Give it to John.
Just give it to John. He'll do a good job.
No matter what it is, just give it to John.
Need a pasty making? Give it to John. Made a pasty last week. Oh no, it was this week. It was the leftover roast. I thought, I'm going to make myself a festive bake.
What was the pasty that you always got around Christmas from Greg's?
It's the festive bake, yeah.
Was it the festive bake?
So it's stuffing, and in my case, chicken, because I didn't roast a turkey. So yeah, it was stuffing and chicken and cranberry sauce, and if I'd have thought ahead, I would have got some smoky bacon and like fried it up and crisped it up a bit and put that inside.
Oh, very nice.
Also, I had to buy frozen puff pastry as opposed to defrosted stuff, so that took a while. Like, I just defrosted in the microwave, and I think that ruined it because it didn't puff up quite as much as I wanted.
Yeah.
But I've got another lot of puff pastry in the freezer, so I might make them again and hopefully do better this time. But they were overly large. They were almost. I want to say they were like half an A4 sheet big, if not bigger.
Going back to Star Wars, actually.
Yes, Star Wars.
I mentioned to you before that I've just completed the Star Wars The Last Jedi. The Order one.
Yeah,
The Last
whatever
Order.
it is. Yep, I know the one you're on about. Yeah.
Good game.
Yes.
I think starting off, it's kind of takes a bit of getting used to because a lot of the maps are like mazes.
Yeah.
But it's a good game. It's a very good looking game as well. It's a very pretty game. And you actually get to, well, you don't fight him, but Darth Vader's in it.
Yep. Cool.
Fucking massively overpowered.
It's his whole thing.
But then again, he's Darth Vader, so he should be massively overpowered.
That's what's interesting, like, because in Knights of the Old Republic 2, there's a character way more overpowered than Darth Vader. Because they can just do whatever they want because it's all before Star Wars happens. You can do whatever you want. So there's a character called, everyone calls him Hungry Boy. Because he just feeds off of the Force.
Okay.
So in Knights of the Republic, there's a species of alien that have no eyes whatsoever.
Okay.
They see using the Force. They see your Force aura and they see everything around it. That's how they see. And all of a sudden, this Sith guy rocks up and just absorbs the entire life force of the entire planet, bar one girl, and he goes, "You're mine now. I'm training you. You're a Sith. Good job."
But yeah, the game has like a decent storyline to it. But it will, if you are thinking of playing it, it will piss you off.
Yeah, no, I watched like a good 2 or 3 hours of it when it first came out. I watched a guy play it, and I was like, "This is the kind of game that I could get into," because it is Dark Souls. It is Dark Souls combat, but with a better story, better action, and probably a better leveling up system.
I definitely say don't play it if you're claustrophobic, though.
A lot of squeezing through tight spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only like 1 or 2 bits that really annoy me with it, and that's like I said before, the mapping system. Because obviously you get like an android that comes with you, and then when you press whatever button it is to get the map up, it's not dead clear.
Yeah.
It projects it as like a hologram, so it's not always dead clear where you have to go, and then you've got to kind of figure out on this shit hologram how to get to the place that you want to go to.
Yeah.
And it's not always dead clear how to get there. And you can't set like waypoints.
That's annoying.
And you don't have like a map in your corner. It would have been so much better if you could have like a map in the corner of your thing and set a waypoint and it tells you which way to go.
Yeah. One thing that I really like in Dead Space. Do you ever play Dead Space?
I don't think so, no.
Did you ever play either of the original BioShock games?
No, I've got them downloaded on my PlayStation because I got them as part of the PlayStation Plus thing.
Yeah.
But I've never played. They've released like a collection.
Yep. Definitely worth playing, especially BioShock 1. But BioShock and Dead Space have some similarities in the sense that you are in a place that you can't leave for whatever reason, and you keep getting given jobs by someone over a radio. That's how the game progresses. You go to an area, you do a job that has fixed something. Now go do another job. That's the gist of it.
Yeah.
In
Dead Space.
Dead Space. You click the stick in, you point your hand at the ground, and a line illuminates where you're supposed to go.
Okay.
It literally just goes that way. And I love it. Because it means I can stand at like a T-junction and go, which way's the right way to go? Me. Oh, I need to go right. Fine, I'm going left.
Yeah.
Because I want to see what's down the left area.
Yeah. I think one of the good things about the Star Wars game as well is there's quite a lot of customization with the lightsaber, which is nice. And you get to what's quite close to the end, and you actually get to make your own lightsaber.
Yeah.
And you get to decide which colour it is.
That's cool.
I went for purple.
Purple's a fun. Purple's my favourite colour, but it is not the colour I would have a lightsaber.
I had mine. I think I started off blue, then orange.
Orange is a fun one.
But I couldn't have it as orange right away because I think it was something to do with pre-orders.
Yeah.
You got it automatically if you pre-ordered it.
Yep.
But I think I found it somewhere.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, you get to create your own lightsaber, and I went for purple. And then kind of when you create your own lightsaber, you're a bit overpowered at that point.
Yeah. Standard. That's another thing that in Knights of the Republic there is a whole thing about what lightsaber stance you're using.
Yeah.
Because if you think about actual characters within Star Wars, you've got a few different options. Just go in Darth Maul.
Yeah.
But Darth Maul, really, really good at fighting against multiple opponents.
Well, yeah, that's what it says in the game. If you use a double-ended lightsaber, it's good for crowd control.
Yep. Single lightsaber, fantastic for one-on-ones.
Yep.
And especially if you, because there is one of the stances in KOTOR 2 that is essentially referring to Count Dooku from from Star Wars Episode 2.
Yeah.
Because he is a duelist. He is essentially fencing with a lightsaber as opposed to just bashing you with it. He's putting the effort in. There's a thought process behind it.
Yeah.
Star Wars is so cool, but everything's awful.
The one thing that I never really that kind of annoyed me with Star Wars, especially in the final third, the last 3 films, it was like, oh yeah, just kind of get in touch with the Force and that'll teach you everything that you need to know and you won't really need to learn anything.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how, like, Rey learned how to duel with lightsabers.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all coming from the Force, and you're like, at least with, like, Luke, there was actually kind of some training there.
Yeah.
You go, alright, that's fair enough. He actually properly got trained how to use a lightsaber properly. Obviously, you didn't see it as much. And then, obviously, I think in the prequels, obviously with Anakin, obviously because he was a Padawan, you're just guessing over them, whatever it was, 10 or 15 years, that's kind of what he got taught.
Yeah, like he gets taught a lot, and then come Attack of the Clones, it's just more of the same. Clone Wars, because there's a lot of Clone Wars where, speaking to my mate Dan, he's like, yeah, there's a lot of character development for him. You see a lot happen over the course of, like, because I don't think it's that long, but actual time-wise, it was like 13 years of series. The final series came out this year, and he's like, yeah, there's a lot of character development. It makes the prequels better because you know what he's been through to become the person he is in the third one.
Yeah.
To see him slowly become the person who will be Darth Vader.
Yeah, because the only thing, I think it was definitely a cop-out, especially with, like, the second one and third one. Like, oh, well, you know, loss leads you to unhappiness, which leads you to anger, which leads you to the... And, like, no, that's fucking stupid.
That's the whole thing that Knights of the Old Republic is based on. That Jedi are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
The Jedi are stupid and pushing down your emotions and repressing them It's like the inverse of whatever that fucking guy is in Fantastic Beasts. The second one, where you're like, no, you're not magic, push all your feelings down. Bully, bully, bully. Oh no, I'm a big black shadow of death.
Yes, I know who you mean.
Yeah, but in Star Wars, that turns you into a space wizard.
Yeah.
As opposed to a bad man. It's stupid. The Jedi are idiots.
Yeah, which I never really got.
But honestly, the most interesting thing about Star Wars is everything that's not a Jedi. Like, Mandalorians are cool. They've been cool since 2003. Because Boba Fett did nothing. He's doing stuff now, and that's kind of cool. But he did nothing in the films. He was inconsequential. Fucking useless. But in Knights of the Republic, there's a whole thing about Mandalorians and the Mandalorian Wars and what went on there.
I like it how, especially now with like the Mandalorian, the fact that it's kind of taking the piss out of Star Wars. Because there's a bit where he's like, I don't worry about the stormtroopers, they can't fucking hit you.
Stormtrooper's useless. And also, like, to your average Joe, there's a whole thing in KOTOR where, in the second one, where you're speaking to just a regular Joe person.
Yep.
And he goes, oh yeah, the Jedi Civil War. And you go, no, it was a war between the Jedi and the Sith. Yeah, it was a fight between the Jedi and the Sith. And the guy goes, look, I don't give a fuck. You're both just space wizards. Why would I care? It was the Jedi Civil War.
Yeah.
And that's what they call it. Because it doesn't matter. To your average Joe, they don't care who you are or what you are, and most people don't know what a Jedi is.
Yeah.
It is, who is ruling the galaxy today, and does it affect my taxes?
Yeah. It's just, I've always thought with like Jedi and stuff, thought there is like so much potential there to do something like really creative.
Yep.
And they've just not bothered with it.
Hopefully we'll get there soon, because Mandalorian is very interesting. They've released like 10 more seasons of and films and shit that's going to be happening. The Obi-Wan Kenobi film or series, whatever it is, I'll happily watch. I like Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
There's the Bad Batch, which is about a certain squad of clones that could be interesting. Didn't watch any of the other trailers, but I watched those.
I know there is stuff coming out and kind of stuff happening. I just can't wait for this fucking vaccine to be fully rolled out so we can kind of get back to fucking normal and for shit to start happening again.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Because, like, obviously, because the vaccine hasn't properly rolled out yet, obviously, well, I think most people will be like, were they not seeing everybody over Christmas?
Yeah, no, I'm seeing my mum and then maybe my dad, that's it.
Yeah. So it'd be kind of, I was saying to my dad, it's kind of been like a year where most things have been put on pause.
Yep.
I'm like, when's that ever happened before?
No, like my entire mum's side of the family, we're not doing gifts for Christmas. We haven't really done birthdays. Everything's getting delayed until we can all sit around a table again.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just crazy. But is there anything in the frame for bringing out more Star Wars films?
Yes, there is. They're working on it. And it's stupid.
It can't be as bad as the last fucking 3.
No, it is.
I find that. I don't know why I'm bashing the latest 3. There's a lot of good stuff in there.
There's some cool stuff, but I don't think any of it's good. Like, the coolest... I remember I left the first one. I left the cinema at like 4 in the morning because me and my mate Dan had seen it. We walked home. Then we sat in the living room and we talked about it until 8 in the morning, and then I had to go to work.
Yeah.
I was so excited to talk about stuff. It was so interesting. That scene with Kylo Ren, first thing, someone tries to shoot him, boom, caught the blaster fire.
Yeah.
That was super cool. That was exciting.
And that's what I meant before. There is so much potential for interesting stuff with the Jedi. I just don't think it's really been explored properly.
Nope.
Which I'm kind of hoping. I know I sent you that list of stuff that they're doing, but I didn't really look into it too much. I'm kind of just hoping that they do a series on a Jedi, like a Jedi when they're in training, like a Mandalorian style.
Yeah.
This is like if I were doing it, I'd be like, right, it starts when they start going out into the field doing things.
Yeah.
And then kind of have to explain certain things, it has flashbacks. But even with the thing that annoys me with flashbacks is when it's not clear that it's a flashback.
Yeah.
And there's too many of them. I think it ruins things.
I've had films that I've watched before where I'm like, at what point am I watching the actual things that are occurring right now? There was a film with Ryan Reynolds that came out earlier this year called like The Something 6. Like, I don't know at what point is real time because you're showing me everyone's backstories and it's 45 minutes into the film and I don't give a shit anymore. The flashbacks have to be done well, otherwise they're awful.
Yeah, you've got to make it clear that it's a flashback.
I remember that time that this happened, and then play out the scene. Just do it more artfully.
Yeah, and that's kind of like one of the things that they do in the Star Wars game. They do. The only time that there is a flashback is when you learn a new skill that you don't have to use a skill point on.
Yes, it is Halo, you have reached the point in the game that you deserve this. Go and remember when you learned this. And it's very clear that it's you because it's a small child who's ginger as fuck.
Yeah.
So it's blatantly obvious. It's fine.
Then you go, this is how you do it. And they make it dead obvious. But I don't think it necessarily always has to be a flashback. Most of the time, it's you've been trained on how to do this. Go and do it.
Yep.
We need to get over there. We'll need to run and jump on that wall and run across it and jump and jump and jump and jump. You can do this. You've done it in training.
Yeah, there's so many ways you can do it. Like in a lot of films, especially sci-fi stuff, there is a dumb character involved.
Yeah.
Because the dumb character needs to see something that they will then go, huh?
Yeah.
And then the director has written into the script, we are now explaining this to the viewer through the viewpoint of dumb character.
Yeah.
Oh, where did you learn that? We have to explain it to the viewer, so we're explaining it to dumb characters so the viewer gets to know. Otherwise it's, I can probably do this. I learned this when I did that thing. The dumb character gives a flow to it. How does this work? Oh, it works because of this. Fine.
Yeah, but I definitely think that there is a TV series in just following a Padawan through training and into becoming a Jedi, and then obviously wants to become a Jedi, going out on missions, and then becoming whatever fucking rank they need to be to get a Padawan. You can
honestly
have lots and lots of series on that.
The issue with that is that already exists, and that is Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and Clone Wars. And apparently the only good part is some of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
But they skip over most of his training. Like, you'd think by the point that Episode 2 came out, where you've had like a time skip of like 10 years, when you've told a child to stop caring about people for 10 years, you think they'd stop caring. Or you'd have given up. So really, Anakin should have been an emotionless husk by that point. And the fact that Obi-Wan Kenobi gets all upset during their fight is ridiculous. Because no, you're not allowed to be upset. You have to be nothing.
You have to be emotionless.
Star Wars is fucking stupid. Why do I love it?
I don't know.
No, I shouldn't. I should give up. But I keep holding out hope.
I think it's just the thing, like I said, there is, you can see the potential for it to, somewhere there is potential for like a great story in there somewhere.
Give it to John.
Give it to fucking John.
Give it to John.
Give it to John. Get him to fucking get someone to write it, and he'll make it great.
Yep. Oh.
But yeah, Elf is like one of the only acceptable Christmas films for me.
For me, it's Nightmare Before Christmas. It's up there. I just
don't
enjoy
think I've
it.
ever watched Nightmare Before Christmas.
I don't think it's up your alley. Like, you probably watch it and go, yep, that happened. I don't hate it, but I don't think it's your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. Klaus is really good.
I don't think I've
Watch
watched
it. It's on Netflix. Netflix original. It's really good. Just watch it. It's probably my favourite now.
Yeah.
Because Arthur Christmas is fine.
That doesn't sound like something that I'm ever going to watch.
Oh no, Arthur Christmas is solid. It's about the different, like, basically at the very start of the film, the sleigh that Santa uses to drive around is practically a spaceship.
Okay.
Because you've got current Santa, whose son is essentially doing all the work.
Yeah.
And you've got this huge fucking spaceship that's like military grade deploying of presents with elves and stuff. And then you've got old Santa, because it's just a heritage thing in the story. And then you've got Arthur, the guy who works in the mailroom, who reads the letters.
Yeah.
One present doesn't get delivered. So Arthur goes on a mission to deliver it without any help.
Okay.
Or without any help from his brother. It's a good film. It's a very good film.
Yeah, I think the only real Christmas films that I like or enjoy watching, Elf, the only Grinch.
Yeah, the Jim Carrey one.
The Jim Carrey one, the only one that should ever fucking exist.
To be fair, there's the original animated one. There's the original animated one that is just the book.
Yeah. And then Home Alone.
Home Alone. Never seen it all the way through. I've seen enough bits of it that I know what happens.
Yeah. Very good film. Yeah. Worth watching the whole way through. Can't remember what happens in the second or third one, but the first one's a classic.
Yeah.
And I can never ever pronounce the fucking kid's name.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yep. When I say it, it never comes out right. I pronounce his name different every time I say it.
Milky Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Who's now kind of making a return because he's got off the drugs.
Yeah. According to him, he never did drugs. He just, like, had a rough time.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. You were on him. You might have forgotten, but you were on him.
Don't fucking lie to me, McCulkin. I've seen photos of you. You look fucking homeless. You can't look that homeless if you're not doing drugs. That is my point of view.
You can't look that homeless while having a home.
Yeah, and not on drugs. He looked like he was doing a lot of drugs. But yeah. That's actually like funny. There's like, oh yeah, never did drugs. Yeah. Bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
You see it dripping out your nose, mate. Calm it.
Don't fucking get Carl Pilkington here. He will bullshit man you all over this room.
Oh, fuck.
But
stretch.
So when's the Obi-Wan Kenobi program coming out?
No idea. But I'm happy to wait for it. Give it to John.
Give it to John.
Just fucking give it to John. Don't care if he's overworked. John being overworked is still better than most other people.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, so that's my piece on Star Wars. There's literally no reason for me to enjoy it. Do you remember how in the last Star Wars film, Kylo Ren has that little like paddy, and then he gets a lightsaber, and then he goes to save Ren from Palpatine.
Yeah.
His last line in the film is "Ow," because he's running, he's doing all this fighting, he's being a cool guy. Rey's doing whatever.
Yeah.
And then he falls and lands on a pipe and really hurts himself, and he goes, "Ow." And it's played for laughs. That's his last line in the film.
Ow.
His last line in the film is, "Ow, I fell down." It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think one of the main reasons is just like the leadership just isn't believable. You get what I mean? Like, there's like so many times like, oh, this is what we're doing, but we're not going to explain it to you.
Yep.
And you're just going to follow us because of an unknown reason.
Oh, the one that I really liked is there's a Disney Twitter page, like a Star Wars facts page, and they released one day. Oh, did you know that the planet on which Palpatine has been living is actually an entire planet of cult members that all helped build the Star Destroyers? And I can't remember who tweeted at me. It could have been Mark Hamill, who plays Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Who tweeted back at him, "No, how the fuck would we know that? You can't just make shit up and tell us after.
Yeah, that's
Show me, don't tell me."
That always like confused me because obviously, I think it was while filming the second film. He had like a car crash, didn't he?
Yes.
And apparently he had to have plastic surgery. He looks different. I never noticed. I never noticed that he looked different. I still can't see the difference
I'm
now.
not sure when it happened. I think it could have been between 2 and 3, not 2 and 3, but 5 and 6, because
no, it was while recording 5.
Really?
Yeah.
During, right.
Because if you remember in 5, when they're on that frozen planet,
Hoth, yes.
and he gets twatted by that big fucking polar bear looking.
Tauntaun, yes.
That's
not the Tauntaun. Banther.
That's to explain
yeah.
why he looks slightly different.
Ah.
They put that in, and Mark Hamill's like, no, that's not why they put it in. No, but that's like kind of why they've gone. Yeah, he looks kind of different because he's been twatted by a big bear.
Being twatted by a bear. Makes sense.
And that's why they kind of put that bit in there. But yeah, like I said, there's just so much potential gone to waste.
Yeah, like I said, the most interesting thing about Star Wars is not the films and it's not the Jedi. It's everything surrounding it. Like, you make a world full of magic wizards and don't tell me they're not. That's all they are. They are fucking wizards with glowy swords. You put, like, different characters in that space and they'll be interesting. Like, Mandalorian is really interesting because he's not a goody two-shoes trying to kill the evil bad guy.
I don't know if it is that interesting, though, the Mandalorian.
I think it is. I like the greyness of it. Like, he's a bounty hunter. He's a bit of an arsehole. But he is trying to do good.
I honestly think the only reason that I'm still watching The Mandalorian is because it wasn't all released at once. Because I think if it was all 2 or 3 seasons, whatever's out now, was all released at once, I would have got bored of it by now.
Yeah,
because it's the same format for every.
This most recent episode was different. You have to admit it was different.
A bit different, but
like, not dramatically, but it was not, hey, I'm helping these people. Oh no, they fucked me over. Okay, now I'm going to ask these people for help and get told what planet to go to. It was different. There was more going on. Bill Burr was in it again. I like him.
Bill Burr has taken over. What's he called? The guy that used to host QI, Stephen Fry.
Stephen Fry.
So for a few years, Stephen Fry would just randomly like show up in a film.
Yeah.
Bill Burr's replaced him now.
Yeah.
Bill Burr just randomly appears in stuff. I'm like, oh, that's Bill Burr. I don't know what the fuck, why he's in this, but I quite like him.
I like him as well. He's a decent comedian. I like his comedy. He's a bit risque with some of the stuff he comes out with, but he is generally pretty funny. Also, he fucking hates Star Wars.
Does he?
And he thinks you're an idiot for liking it.
Even though he's been in it himself.
Yep. I'm fairly sure John handpicked him because he's like, yeah, it'll be fucking funny.
I think he is. He is like most middle-aged men.
Yep.
In the fact that he gets wound up by little things that he forgets. He is every middle-aged man that you know.
Have you watched F is for Family on Netflix?
No.
That is made by Bill Burr, starring Bill Burr, and it's about a family in the 70s based on his experience of growing up in the 70s.
Okay.
It's great. Watch it. It's funny. There's a scene in like episode 1 where because you've got proper uptight dad played by Bill Burr.
Yeah.
And you've got his like kind of goth son.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, fuck you. I'm taking you to military school and you're going to go fight in the war. And you're going to go fight in Vietnam. And then, you know, either you come back and you're less of a dick or we get a nice folded flag out of it.
Jesus Christ.
It's great. It's a great show.
Oh, I might have to watch that then.
Yeah, there's like 3 seasons of it and they're all good. It's the standard like layout of kind of chubby, overworked, underpaid dad plus family.
Yeah.
But stuff happens, like stuff actually goes places.
Bill Burr, I'm not sure if I listened to the full episode. I definitely listened to some of it, but he was on Joe Rogan's podcast recently.
I recall. And Joe's asking what you're wearing the mask for, and he's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Just follow the goddamn instructions.
I'm watching, I can't remember what the guy's called, but he was doing, Joe Rogan was doing a podcast with a guy, and then later on, Dave Chappelle comes in. He just walks in mid-podcast, like, oh, do you want, it was like midway through, just join in, blah, blah, blah. I'll have to send you the which episode it is, but it's like one of his comedian friends. I'd never heard of him before. He's like, oh, I got shot in the finger. That's why I've got this thing on my finger. He's like, oh, what? It's like, yeah, I got shot at in the hood, and they shot my finger. He's like, oh, you're right. He's like, you're taking the piss, aren't you? You don't think I've been shot in the finger? He's like, no, I've been shot in the finger. But yeah.
Oh, damn.
But no, I do like Bill Burr. He's everything that I've watched it, like kind of seen him in, or like interviews and stuff. It kind of reminds me of like my dad.
Yep, it's that era of bloke.
Just a grumpy old bloke.
Where literally all you want is to have a like semi-comfortable life where you get to just kind of sit down and watch TV, and then things that stop you from doing that are what make you angry. Yeah.
Well, now my dad's retired. Like I said, I've been around to you, so he's like that. I'm fucking bored. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like that. Fucking TV during the day is shit. I'm like, Dad, you already knew that TV during the day was shit. Why are you complaining about it? He's like, because there's nothing else to do but watch TV during the day. I'm like, but you don't like watching TV during the day because it's shit. He's like, I know, but I watch it and it's shit. I just sit there and whinge about how shit TV is during the day. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh.
But I went round with my Fire Stick yesterday because I've got like a dodgy thing on it for all the Sky Sports channels and stuff.
Yes.
My dad absolutely loved it. He absolutely loved it. We watched the boxing, and after the boxing, I went, right, Dad, I'm going to bed. He went, right, I'm just going to sit here and watch a bit of Sky Sports for a bit, play with Fire Stick.
Is that what you're getting him for Christmas then?
Probably, yeah. Well, he's already got his own Fire Stick, so I'll probably set
just
that
nick
up.
it and jam stuff on it.
Yeah. But
Do you remember when Barry put a load of porn on one of the other manager's Fire Sticks, not realising it was for a 14-year-old son?
Yeah, it was for like Thingy's son, weren't it?
Yeah. But she didn't say that. She said, "Oh yeah, I need Thingy on a Fire Stick." And then he put a load of porn on it for laughs. She was like, "Oh yeah, my son loves it. He's always upstairs on his own watching stuff."
It's not watching stuff. It were, oh yeah, he really enjoys it. He's been watching something called Sausage Party. He really likes it. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Right.
I think we're about there. We had a solid nearly hour and a half and no breaks. We did good this time. No pissy break.
No pissy pants.
No pissy pants break time.
Right, yeah, call it there. See you in a bit.
Right, ta-ra!